Namaste everyone, I'm your co-host Shavni ma'am. Welcome to your favorite learning channel. The topic for today's video is nucleus, its structure and functions. So today we would understand about the structure of the nucleus. Also we will look at the functions of the nucleus. So first we will start with the nucleus. So what is nucleus? Nucleus is actually the controlling center. We can call nucleus as the controlling center of the cell. Alright. This nucleus actually acts as the main distinguishing feature of eukaryotic cells because the eukaryotic cells have a true nucleus, which we had already studied in our previous videos. Okay. So this nucleus was first discovered by the scientist Robert Brown. Okay, so Robert Brown was the scientist who discovered the nucleus in plant cells. However, it was the scientist Strasburger, okay, so Strasburger was the scientist who actually found that nucleus is related to what? It is related to the inheritance of characters. So this was found by the scientist Strasburger. Okay. So the nucleus is actually found in all the eukaryotic cells of the plants and the animals, except in mature sieve tubes of higher plants and mammalian red blood cells. So nucleus is found in, it can be seen or it can be found in all plants, or we can say all the eukaryotic plants and animals, except where we can't find the nucleus, that is except in mature sieve tubes of higher plants and in mammalian RBCs, in mammalian red blood cells, that is RBCs or erythrocytes. These are the cells where we can't find the nucleus. Okay, so the prokaryotic cells do not have a true nucleus, and the position of the nucleus varies with the characteristics of the type of cell. However, it is usually located at the center of the cell. Usually the nucleus is usually located at the center of the cell. Okay, this is in usual case scenario. Okay, so the number of nuclei actually varies from one cell to the other cell, and generally the shape of the nucleus is related with the shape of the cell. So the nucleus is usually the shape of the nucleus could be usually spherical, cuboid, or it can be polyhedral. Okay, so these could be the shape of the nucleus, and generally the shape of the nucleus is related with the shape of the cell. So the nucleus occupies about 10% of the total cell volume. Okay, and the size of the nucleus is always directly proportional to the cytoplasm. Size of nucleus will be directly proportional to the cytoplasm, and moreover the size of the nucleus is related to the number of chromosomes. Okay, so the number of chromosomes is always related, or moreover it is related to the size of the nucleus. So this was about the general introduction to nucleus. Now let's see how is the structure of the nucleus. So the structure of nucleus. Okay, so the nucleus is made up of some of the structures, and these are the nuclear membrane. The structures of which the nucleus is made up of, they are the nuclear membrane, or it can also be called as the nuclear envelope. Okay, then the next structure is the nuclear sap. Or the nucleoplasm. Then it also has nucleolus. There is nucleolus, and there are chromatin fibers. Okay, so these are the various structures of which the nucleus is made up of. So first we would study about the nuclear membrane. So this nuclear membrane is also known as nuclear envelope. And what is this nuclear membrane or envelope? It is actually a double layered covering. Okay, so it is a double layered covering that is present around the nucleus. Okay, so actually this nucleus is surrounded or covered by a two-layered or double-layered covering which is known as the nuclear membrane. Okay, and this nuclear membrane, it is connected to a system of membranes that is called the endoplasmic reticulum, or the ER. Alright, then this nuclear membrane actually, what does it do? It separates the nucleus. It separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. Okay, so this is the function of the nuclear membrane, and the nuclear membrane also has pores which allow the transfer of materials from inside the nucleus to its outside, that is to the cytoplasm. So the nuclear membrane, it has pores, and these pores are known as the nuclear pores, and nuclear pores help in the transfer of materials from inside the nucleus to the outside, that is from inside the nucleus to the cytoplasm. And these nuclear pores, they account for about 5 to 15% of the surface area of the nuclear membrane, and these pores mainly help in the transfer of materials. So this nuclear membrane is thus a selectively permeable membrane, and the space between two nuclear membranes is called the perinuclear space. So what is perinuclear space? It is actually the space between the two nuclear membranes. Okay, so this space is known as the perinuclear space. Okay, then let's talk about nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm, which is also known as the nuclear sap. So the nuclear envelope actually encloses a liquid ground substance. So the nuclear envelope or the nuclear membrane, what does it do? It encloses a liquid ground substance, and this liquid ground substance is known as the nucleoplasm. And this nucleoplasm or liquid ground substance, it is actually fibrous. It is also transparent, and it is a semi-solid granular substance. This nucleoplasm is fibrous, transparent, semi-solid granular substance that fills in the nucleus. So this nucleoplasm, it includes chromatin fibers. It includes the chromatin fibers, and it also includes the nucleolus. Okay, so after nucleoplasm, let's study about the nucleolus. So what is nucleolus? Now inside the nucleus there occurs one or more than one denser bodies. So inside the nucleus there occurs one or more than one denser bodies, and these denser bodies present inside the nucleus is known as the nucleolus. Okay, and nucleolus is singular, whereas nucleoli is the plural form of nucleolus. So the nucleolus is attached to a chromatin fiber. This nucleolus it is attached to what? It is attached to chromatin fiber. Okay, chromatin fibers or chromatin fiber at specific region. At a specific region, and this is known as nucleolar organizer region. This region is known as nucleolar organizer region. Okay, so it is not bounded by any membrane and it is made up of a large amount of what? It is made up of a large amount of RNA, that is ribonucleic acids, and also it is made up of proteins, which are used in the formation of ribosomes. Okay, so hence because of this it is called a factory of ribosome. Because of this it is known as what? It is known as the factory of ribosomes. Okay, so the nucleolus stores all the proteins of the ribosomes. It stores what? Nucleolus stores all the proteins of the ribosomes. Okay, so all the proteins of the ribosomes are actually stored in this nucleolus. Okay, so now that we are through the nucleolus, let's understand the functions that are performed by the nucleus. So we would now be discussing about the functions of the nucleus. Okay, so let's see what are the functions performed by nucleus. So the main functions that are performed by the nucleus are that the nucleus actually plays a central role. It plays a central role in what? In cellular reproduction. Then the cellular reproduction is what? It is the process by which a single cell divides. It is actually the process by which a single cell divides and forms two new cells. Okay, so this process is known as cellular reproduction, and the nucleus plays a central role in this process called cellular reproduction. Then it also plays a crucial part. It plays a crucial part in what? In determining the formation. In determining the formation of what? The formation of the cell, and it also directs the chemical activities. It directs the chemical activities of the cell. Okay, then apart from this it also controls, so the nucleus controls all the activities of the cell, all the activities of the cell that are involved in cell division. Then it helps in the transmission. It helps in what? In transmission of the hereditary characters. Okay, so it helps in the transmission of the hereditary characters from the parents to their offsprings. Okay, then the cell cannot live or divide without a nucleus. So the cell cannot live, it can neither live nor divide, without the presence of the nucleus. So nucleus is very essential for the cell to live and divide. Then the nucleus also regulates, so it regulates what? It regulates the cell cycle. Okay, so these are some of the main functions of the nucleus. Okay, now we will quickly revise everything that we have studied today about the nucleus. Okay, so today we have understood the structure and the functions of the nucleus. Okay, so first we studied about the nucleus and we saw how can we define nucleus. So nucleus is actually the controlling center of the cell. So what is nucleus? It is the controlling center of the cell. So this nucleus, it acts as the main distinguishing feature of the eukaryotic cells, as eukaryotic cells have a true nucleus whereas the prokaryotic cells lack a true nucleus. This nucleus was discovered by the scientist Robert Brown in plant cells, and this discovery was done in the year 1833. However, the scientist by the name Strasburger was the one who found that the nucleus is related to the inheritance of characters. This was found by the scientist Strasburger. So, the nucleus is actually found in all the eukaryotic plants and animal cells except in mature sieve tubes of higher plants and the mammalian red blood cells. So, these are the cells in eukaryotic plants and animals where we cannot find the nucleus. Okay, so the nucleus, what happens is the position of the nucleus, it actually varies with the characteristics of the type of cell. However, in usual case scenario, it is always located at the center of the cell. Okay, so here we can see that this is the nucleus in animal cell. This is an animal cell and here we can see the nucleus. Okay, and this is the nucleolus. Okay, and this one is the nucleus which is surrounded by a double membrane structure, that is nuclear membrane. This whole structure is nucleus, and inside the nucleus we can see this darkened structure, that is the nucleolus. And this, as we have already studied, that the nuclear membrane, it is connected with the endoplasmic reticulum. Here we can see endoplasmic reticulum. The nucleus gets connected with the endoplasmic reticulum, that is the nuclear membrane connects with the endoplasmic reticulum. So this is the structure of nucleus. We can see inside the nucleus we can see nucleolus, and then there are chromatin fibers as well here, and this is the case of nucleus in animal cells. Alright, so the nucleus, as we already discussed, it is usually located in the center of the cell, and generally the shape of the nucleus is related with the shape of the cell. So the nucleus can be either spherical or cuboid or polyhedral. Okay, so the nucleus occupies about 10% of the total cell volume, and the size of the nucleus is directly proportional to its cytoplasm, and moreover the size of the nucleus is related to the number of the chromosomes. Okay, then we studied about the structure of nucleus. So the nucleus is made up of these structures. So one is the nuclear membrane or the nuclear envelope, then there is nuclear sap or nucleoplasm, then there is nucleolus and chromatin fibers. So first we studied about the nuclear membrane. So what is a nuclear membrane? It is actually a double layered covering that is present around the nucleus. Such double layered covering that is present around the nucleus is called the nuclear membrane, and as we discussed earlier, this nuclear membrane is connected with endoplasmic reticulum, that is ER. So what is the function of nuclear membrane? It helps in separating the nucleus from the cytoplasm. Okay, so the nuclear membrane has several pores, and these pores are known as nuclear pores, and these nuclear pores mainly help in the transfer of the materials from inside the nucleus to the outside, that is to the cytoplasm, and these nuclear pores, they account for about 5 to 15% of the surface area of the nuclear membrane. So this nuclear membrane is a selectively permeable membrane, and there is another term called perinuclear space. So this perinuclear space is actually the space that is present between the two nuclear membranes. Okay. Then we discussed about the next structure, that is nucleoplasm, which is also known as the nuclear sap. So this nucleoplasm, what is it? Actually the nuclear membrane, it encloses a liquid ground substance that is known as the nucleoplasm. So how is this nucleoplasm or this liquid ground substance? It is actually fibrous, transparent, semi-solid, granular substance. Okay, and this nucleoplasm also includes the chromatin fibers and the nucleolus that we saw in the diagram already. Okay, then we discussed about the nucleolus. So what is nucleolus? So inside the nucleus there occurs one or more than one denser bodies, and these denser bodies are known as nucleolus. So these nucleolus are attached to a chromatin fiber or to chromatin fibers at specific region, and these are known as the nucleolar organizer region. Okay, then this nucleolus, it is not bound by any membrane, and it is made up of large amount of RNA and proteins, and this helps in the formation of the ribosomes, and because of this fact it is also known as the factory of the ribosomes. Okay, so this nucleolus, it specifically stores all the proteins of the ribosomes. Okay, so this was about the whole structure of the nucleus. Then we discussed about the functions of nucleus. So this nucleus, what does it do? it plays a central role in cellular reproduction. So what is cellular reproduction? It is the process in which a single cell divides and forms two new cells. So in this process of cellular reproduction, nucleus plays a central role. Then the nucleus also plays a crucial part in determining the formation of the cell, as well as it directs the chemical activities of the cell. Then the nucleus also controls all the activities of the cells that are involved in the process of cell division. Then the nucleus also helps in transmission of hereditary characters from the parents to their offsprings, that is from the parents to their children. The genetic material or the hereditary characters are transmitted by the help of this nucleus. Then our cells, that is all the cells, they cannot live or divide without the nucleus. So nucleus plays that much important role. And the nucleus also regulates the process of cell cycle. So these are few of the major functions of the nucleus. So I hope you all would have got some great insights by watching today's video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Till then, thank you for watching.